There is exactly one element on this planet that, once you release it, is gone forever, not recycled, not buried. Gone off the planet. It floats up through the atmosphere, reaches the edge of space, and drifts away into the void, permanently. And right now, 1/3 of the world's entire supply just vanished overnight. Hospitals are being put first in line, suppliers are tearing up contracts, and by the end of this video, you will understand why a gas we waste on birthday parties might be the most irreplaceable substance humans have ever touched. Let's start with the part your textbook skipped. Helium is the second most abundant element in the entire universe. Stars are full of it, gas giants are full of it, but on Earth, it is almost impossibly rare. And here is the strange part. Every atom of helium we use was made underground by accident. Deep in the Earth's crust, radioactive elements like uranium and thorium slowly fall apart, atom by atom. Each time they decay, they spit out a tiny particle. That particle is a helium atom. This process is so slow that the helium we pump out of the ground today took hundreds of millions of years to accumulate. It seeps upward through the rock and collects in the same underground pockets that trap natural gas, but only in a few lucky places on Earth where the geology forms a perfect seal. So no, we cannot make more. There is no factory, there is no recipe, there is radioactive rock, and there is time. A lot of time. But here is where it gets worse. Because helium doesn't just refuse to be manufactured, it refuses to stay. Helium atoms are so light that at the top of our atmosphere, many of them are moving faster than the Earth's escape velocity. Gravity simply cannot hold on to them. So every balloon that slips out of a child's hand, every tank that gets vented, every leak in every pipeline, that helium rises, escapes, and joins the emptiness between planets. Oxygen cycles back, water cycles back, helium leaves and never returns, which raises an uncomfortable question. If this stuff is that precious, who has been guarding it? For about 100 years, the answer was America. Underneath the plains near Amarillo, Texas, the United States government quietly maintained the only underground helium storage facility on Earth, the Federal Helium Reserve. 425 miles of pipelines stretching across Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. It started as a military project back when the government thought the future of warfare was blimps. That prediction aged badly, but the stockpile turned out to be accidental genius because helium became the invisible backbone of the modern world. At its peak, that one facility supplied roughly half of America's helium and about a third of the entire planet's demand. Then Congress decided a strategic element reserve wasn't the government's job. A law passed in 2013 ordered the whole thing sold off, and in January of 2024, the auction closed. The reserve went private to the highest bidder. America gave up its grip on the one element it can never get back, and that left the world leaning on one small country in the Persian Gulf, Qatar. By 2025, Qatar supplied around 35% of the helium on the global market, pulled out as a byproduct of its enormous natural gas operations at a place called Ras Laffan. Then, in March of 2026, missiles hit it. Strikes during the conflict with Iran damaged the facilities, and shipping through the Strait of Hormuz ground to a halt. In a matter of days, roughly 1/3 of the world's helium supply went offline. Spot prices doubled. Major suppliers declared force majeure, a legal escape hatch that let them tear up delivery contracts. Distributors began rationing, and they made a grim list of who gets helium first. Hospitals. Why hospitals? Because of a machine you have probably been inside. An MRI machine works using a superconducting magnet, and to superconduct, that magnet must be kept colder than almost anything in the universe. Liquid helium is the only substance on Earth that can do it. A traditional MRI machine holds around 1,700 liters of the stuff. In America alone, roughly 40 million MRI scans are performed every year. Cancer detection, stroke diagnosis, brain injuries. All of it depends on an element made by radioactive rocks and lost forever when it leaks. And it's not just medicine. Computer chip factories use helium in manufacturing. Rockets use it to pressurize fuel tanks. Deep-sea divers breathe it. Fiber optic cables need it. The device you are watching this on exists because of helium. Experts now warn this shortage could last up to 5 years. Repairs to the damaged facilities alone are expected to take 3 to 5. Here is the absurd ending to all of this. We knew. This is the 5th global helium shortage in 2 decades. Scientists have spent years begging the world to stop treating an unmakeable element like it's free air, and through all of it, we kept filling party balloons, letting them go, watching them shrink into the sky, each one carrying a few liters of an element forged over hundreds of millions of years on a one-way trip off the planet. The good news, the crisis is finally forcing change. New MRI designs need only a few liters of helium instead of thousands. Recovery systems now recapture most of what labs use. New helium fields are being explored in Tanzania and Minnesota. But none of that changes the fundamental math. Every atom we lose is lost for good. Gold can be dug back up. Metals can be recycled. Helium just leaves. And now, if you love the video, give my team a sub. If not, God be with you.